Glamlite is releasing their 3,565th Halloween collection of this year. Auric is finally back releasing something new. We're all very excited, and is made by Mitchell infringing on copyright? Yay or nay? This is going to be this week's new makeup releases, where we chat about the new makeup that's been released, announced, and sneak peeked. I'll let you know how I feel about these things, and then you let me know how you feel about these things down in the comments. I love hearing your thoughts. I love reading your comments, but remember to keep it kind and respectful. We don't need to agree about everything, but there's no need to be angry over colored powder. And what's new in makeup is forever changing, but one thing that is not changing is my love of June's Journey. So thank you so much, June's Journey, for sponsoring the beginning part of this video. You know I love mobile games, and June's Journey is such a beautiful hidden objects mystery game where you play the detective of June, and you're on this journey trying to find a murderer, going through different beautiful scenarios, meeting so many different characters. June's Journey is set in the 1920s, which gives us beautiful scenarios, beautiful objects, and the outfits of the characters are also so time appropriate. It's just a beautiful game. If you like me, just leaning back with a cozy puzzle game, this is gonna be perfect for you. We all have our ways of winding down. My favorite way is playing a puzzle game, being in my own little world. And June's Journey is such an immersive game where you just get to be in this beautiful environment, finding these different puzzles. And the puzzles do start out pretty easy, but you're able to 5-star all the levels, which is my personal favorite. Let me show you. And it gets harder and harder as you go, which is something that I like. I like a bit of a challenge. So I'm actually a little bit further ahead in this game, and you can see I've 5-starred all of these, but I'm not gonna show you where I am at right now because it's gonna give away the murderer. I have discovered the secret, so I definitely suggest you to get into this super beautiful immersive game, and you yourself can discover the murderer while relaxing with this game. Self-care can come in so many different ways, and for me, self-care is being in bed 15-20 minutes before I go to bed, and I play June's Journey, just discovering new levels, finding new things, having a little bit of a relaxing time before I settle in for the night. And not only is this puzzle games, you also get a mansion to decorate. So this is my mansion right here. Well, this pretty part right here. And right now I'm building a little bit like alleyways over here. I found a new path that has flowers on the side, and I'm very committed. So it's not only a puzzle game, it's also creating your own mansion. Big fan. And there's always something to do in the game, not only the puzzles and the mansion, they also have a lot of events going on different times of the year. You can play by yourself, or you can join a club and be part of the community and help each other out and get even more missions. There is a lot of things to do in this game. So if you want to try out June's Journey yourself, you can either scan the QR code that's on the screen right now, or you can click my link down in the description box. June's Journey is free to download. It works on iOS or Android, or you can play it on PC through Facebook Games. So thank you so much, June's Journey, for sponsoring the beginning part of this video. Please check out the description box for more info, and now let's get into the rest of the makeup news. And I did film this look. This is this month's member exclusive tutorial. It is going to be live this weekend here on my channel, and if you want to read up more about my membership, there is a button next to the subscription button down below, or you can click the link that's in the description box. It is just a way for you to get some extra videos from me. It is always like old school makeup tutorials that is wished for by you, and if you become a member now, you do get access to all the previous makeup tutorials as well. I also do member exclusive Zooms with the members on tier 2 and tier 3, and that's going to be in the community tab. We did have one just recently, and when you are a member on my channel, you get a little happy clown next to your name, showing that you're part of the membership, and also you get access to member exclusive emojis that you can use in the comments in case you're interested. It's also an extra way just to support the channel if that is something you want. And if that is not something for you, that is totally fine. I do have so many videos that still go off my channel. This week I had 5 videos. I don't know if you watched all of them, but if you want to have some extra content to watch, now that we're heading into darker times, definitely check back on the videos that I had this week. I'm actually really excited about the videos that I filmed. I'm also really excited about this look, and I cannot wait to show you what I used, what I did, because I feel super fierce today. So let me scoochie to the side so we can have some space without falling off the chair. Actually, let's start talking about the Auric release. I feel like Auric has been not releasing anything new for a really long time. I honestly don't even really know what was the last thing that Auric released, because they have pretty much like, they have scrapped their entire, a lot of brands do this when they're releasing something new, they will just archive all of their old posts and just have the new post to focus on this new release. I think that's very smart and very strategic. Couldn't be me. I'm way too lazy for something like that, but I think it's pretty cool. And they have not been releasing anything for a really long time. I think the last time they released something was what was it, the lashes? Or was it the limited edition eye pop? That was so long ago. They released a new shade in that skin illuminate. Overall, Auric has been a brand that's really been taking their time with releases, which I can relate to that because sometimes things take a really long time. But I also think that maybe some people, and I would say maybe including me, if I'm gonna be honest, would have thought that maybe the releases are a little bit too far spread in between, because I do think that it is good for a brand to have at least 1 or 2 releases a year so that we remember that they exist. And I'm not sure if they have had any other releases this year. With that being said, my brand only have 1 release so far this year, so clearly I'm not taking my own advice here. So I, for one, definitely know the types of problems that can come up when you're trying to produce something. Sometimes you approve a sample and then the bulk sample that you get is just not the same and they have to redo it. Sometimes they give you faulty packaging and you have to redo it. I don't know what brand that happened to, but okay, it was me. It happened to me. That's why my launch has been so delayed, because they did a little boo-boo with the packaging and they had to redo it, so it got pushed a month. Hopefully you'll still see it before the end of the year. Don't hold your breath. Nobody knows. But what they are releasing, and I actually, when I saw these pictures that I'm showing you here, immediately I was like, oh, they're releasing cheek products. It just felt like they were releasing cheek products. And then what they actually showed, and I will say, when I saw those dunes with the sand, I really thought that we were gonna have that kind of I thought we were gonna have like a pressed powder with like the embossing of dunes, but instead there is a cheek palette that has cream products in there. And I saw, just as I sat down to film, I'm filming this on a Thursday, I saw that Sam had a video up talking about this product, showing the different, because I'm only showing you one skin tone here, showing the different skin tones, or maybe you're seeing more skin tones here, because of course the video has been released, so there's probably better pictures. You know what, you're probably seeing something better here, and if you're not, she has a video up. And I'm very intrigued to hear. Okay, part of me is like, this seems lovely. I would love to try it. I love Samantha Ravndal. She's always been one of my favorite creators, even before I started my own YouTube channel, which tells you something, because I have been on YouTube for almost a decade. And I love her sarcasm. I love that she just stays herself. She's not trying to be this online persona. She's just staying true to herself. And I also really, she had a video that she did that was like, I don't know how to show up online anymore. And it was, I've never seen anything more relatable in my life as a creator, because it literally is this falling into what does people want to see, and then you realize that what people say they want to see is not what they want to see, and you also try to change yourself into what the critical comments are doing, and then you realize by doing that, then people are like, ugh, you changed, and it's like, you can't win. And I've never seen a more relatable video ever as a creator than that video. It was truly amazing. So if you really want to see how it feels sometimes to be a creator online, I would highly recommend that video. It's just really hits the nail on the head. With that being said, you know I don't use face palettes, so I'm just like, what am I supposed to do? I kind of think I might pick it up because I am such a lover of Samantha Ravndal. I love her brand. Most of the things I haven't tried, I shouldn't say that. All the things that I have tried from the brand have been great, but I haven't tried all the things. But I have heard that people love her eye duos. So many people did bring those when we went to Greece just recently, and I'm just like, I just don't know how much I will use it. So this is it's a bronzer that's supposed to be a neutral color. It comes in different depths, of course, and then there's a blush, a highlight, and a balm. I do need to look up how to use this to see, because there is a Daybreak High Nude Eventide, so it comes in 3 different shades. Oh, the high gloss finish infused with universally flattering pearls. Okay, so that is like a gloss. Champagne gloss. Okay, I need to look at her video. And also, should we just go into her video and see what the price is gonna be? Because I am worried that these might be like $80.
It's happening.
It's happening. Yes, Samantha. What is the price? Oh my god, doesn't say anything about the price here. How do I know? Okay, so many people are saying this whole product seems so thoughtfully constructed, a mixing palette. Oh, okay. That's so exciting. A lot of people seem very excited in the comments about this one. I will try and find, I will look at the video, I'll try and find the price and I'll put it down below. If I forget, remind me. I have a sneaking suspicion it's gonna be kind of expensive because it looks pretty luxurious. Auric is not an affordable brand, but let me know what you think. Should I try it? Or do you think, I don't know. I would love to, honestly, I would really love to hear your thoughts about this. Do you want my take on this? Yay or nay? Here is something that I really want to purchase. I wonder if I'm gonna get this in PR, but I think I'm just gonna purchase it anyways. And if I get it in PR, I'll put it in my backup drawer, because this is the Glow Recipe Banana Souffle Moisture Cream. This is back again. It's been like gone for a bit and it's coming back. If this is not your first rodeo on my channel, you know I am obsessed with banana. Banana scent, banana taste. I love this taste of artificial banana. The best. And the scent, I just recently bought a second banana fragrance and I am just like, oh, I want this. And it says a soothing, lightweight moisturizer that resets, replenishes, and seals in a boost of lasting hydration without clogging pores. That sounds great to me because those overly creamy moisturizers actually break me out. Nothing breaks me out like an overly fatty moisturizer. If it's too fatty, if it's too hydrating, that dewy cream from Tatcha, I looked like I was 14 again. That was rough. So I need something that's lightweight and moisturizing. And it also says soothing, which I think might be good. Calmer, hydrated, healthy looking skin, because I have been battling so much eczema as of late. You probably see here, I still have on my neck. It's like, it's been rough. It's been rough. I have eczema all over the place. It's not fun. I've been getting some medication prescribed to me from my doctors. I'm very excited about that. But if I need something, it's a calming moisturizer. So I'm just like, I think I'm gonna get this. Is this gonna be on Sephora or is it just gonna be on their website? Either way, I think this will be the one for me. I think both how the product sounds and the claims of it and like that it is banana, I think it's just ticking all the boxes that I need. Plus, I am almost out of the moisturizer that I'm using right now, which I also really love. It is the matcha pudding from, what is it called? Lily something? Now I'm like something Lily. Great brand, great product, but kind of want to try this one out now. How can I not remember the name of the brand? Awkward. Ooh, we need to talk about this as well. The Sephora sale is starting today. It started on midnight. So if you are Rouge right now, you can shop the sale. If you want to support a creator when you're shopping the sale, it is highly appreciated. Of course, you don't have to. It's just a way to help your favorite creators. If you are shopping somewhere and you're using somebody's link, that is you saying, I want to keep you around. I want to support you so that you can continue creating videos. Of course, it is completely optional, but this is definitely the time of the year where different brands and different platforms and different agencies are looking at how different creators are performing to determine who they're going to be sponsoring throughout 2025. So if there's anyone that you would like to support, this is definitely the time. It does not have to be me. You could be anyone, but I will leave my link down below and I will also leave my 2 videos about the Sephora sale because I did have a haul this Monday and I did also have my recommendations video and I had so much good makeup to recommend. And I am actually going to be buying a couple of things myself that has come. I wonder about this banana cream if it's going to be on Sephora. But there's a couple of things that I want to try myself. And I'm going to buy a gift for my husband. Because there is a fragrance that I really love and he likes. But I don't think he likes it enough to purchase it. So I'm going to buy it for him as a gift because I love it. So if you want me to do another Sephora haul, let me know. That could definitely happen. And it opens up for Rouge and VIB on the 5th. So that's pretty soon too. Glamlite is releasing the Ghost Face Returns, which is round 2 with Ghost Face. They basically have changed up the palette to what people were kind of expecting the palette to be, which was more like a black and white palette with a bunch of reds, and then there is a couple of neutral shades in here. I will say this looks beautiful, but I have this from Glamlite. I have this and I really honestly I don't need this from Glamlite. I think that they have fallen into their own trap of releasing so many horror things back to back to back that it's inevitable for them to release things that are just very similar to each other, because horror just has a color story. It just has a color story. I like the color story of the Trick or Treat because I feel like that one was a little bit more unique. But I think that this I have seen from Glamlite. I'm sure the quality is great. If you don't have anything like this from Glamlite, I'm sure it's gonna be awesome, but I do. So I think either I will buy this on their Black Friday sale, or I'm just gonna skip it completely. I have not received any of the last 4 collections from Glamlite in PR, which is totally fine. Glamlite is focusing on TikTok more right now, and I don't have TikTok shop, so I'm not really their target audience or target like demographic when it comes to creators right now, which is totally fine. Brands are not your friends. They're doing what they need to do to get the business to be as good as they want to be. So I think I'm going to be picking up a couple of things myself from Glamlite during their sale. I do have a code with Glamlite, and sometimes the code stacks on sale and sometimes it doesn't. I definitely suggest trying it out, but they usually have a bunch of really good deals come Black Friday week. Back on Coke Zero again. Also, I always do every Black Friday. I do usually the Sunday before Black Friday week. I do like a indie Black Friday sale guide. I've done that the past 2 or 3 years, and I'm thinking I'm gonna do this year again. Let me know if you're interested in that. Basically telling you about all the deals, when they start, new releases, if you can stack codes, trying to give as much information as possible so that you have it collected in one space if you're interested in taking part of especially the indie community's Black Friday sale. Adept Cosmetics has announced that they are releasing a new palette that's called Vivette. This is launching next Thursday, so the 7th, and this is more mattes than usual, which I approve, I love, thank you very much. With that being said, I don't myself know how to use this palette on its own and create looks that I would love. Does that make sense? There's nothing wrong with a single one of the colors in this, and I think there's 2 glosses as well. There's nothing wrong with any of the single shadows in this one. I just don't myself know how to use more than 2 of these shadows together and create a look that I would love. I don't know if this is for me. A lot of the shimmers lean very neutral. The colors are very bright, almost crayon colors, and there's no light blending color. So I think for me, this is a palette that I will admire from afar. If you're interested in it, again, you can use a code and you can get some money off. But I think I'm gonna sit this one out because sometimes you look at a color story and you're like, I know I'm not gonna think that this is my favorite, so I'm just gonna sit it out. I did see that my friend Heather Austin already had a video up on this one though, in case you wanna see some swatches and hear her thoughts on it. Another collab, oh, this is already available. This is Wet n Wild and Hello Kitty. I don't think I fully understood. Okay, I was 40 years old when I realized how popular Hello Kitty actually is amongst adults. I don't know why I did not fully get that. And I've been to Japan and I've seen how big Hello Kitty is there. I just don't think I fully realized how big Hello Kitty is here too. But now I've seen so many like reels and YouTube videos and TikToks of the craze with Hello Kitty merch on like Marshalls and stuff. And I'm like, I did not get that. I did not understand that. So I think that this is probably going to be a very well-loved collection and people are going to love it. I really like the color story, the purple palette with a pop of different things. I think that's really cute. It's a lot of things in this collection. Like this collection is huge. And there's another eyeshadow palette that's a neutral palette too. So many blushes, highlighters, lip, it's huge. But also like if you're doing a collab with something that's as popular as Hello Kitty, just go for it, I guess. I don't want to be rude, but I hate Wet n Wild's packaging, and I hate it enough so that it just, whatever the product is, it just cannot compensate for the fact that the packaging feels so awful. It always breaks on me. All of my Wet n Wild products have faulty packaging after just a little bit. I don't know, am I rough with my makeup? Maybe I am. I'd rather spend a couple of more dollars and get a packaging that I like, where I like both the product and the packaging. So for me personally, I am a little bit of a packaging snob, and I just need the packaging to just be a smidgen more elevated. That's just my personal opinion. But if you love Hello Kitty, There is so much in this collection. I'm sure you're gonna find something you like. Something else that has dropped from the drugstore are the Revlon Super Lustrous Glimmer Glosses. These are $8.99 each. These seem really fun. I feel like Revlon have had not an upswing, but I feel like more people are talking about Revlon now than they did when I moved to the US, because I feel at that point I didn't hear anyone talk about Revlon, so they definitely have done something to get more people to talk about the brand on social media again. So I think that that's super interesting, and honestly, I think the component of this looks really good. First thing I thought when I saw this, and I mean this in the best way possible, I saw this and I'm like, oh, is this Too Faced? And I don't mean that in a bad way, because Too Faced has, even though they do like the cutesy packaging, the packaging looks elevated. The doe foot looks great, the component looks great, the color range is really cute. I don't really do glittery glosses. It's not for me. I know a lot of people love a good glittery gloss. And if you like that, honestly, these look really nice. They look great. So I will link them down below in case you're interested in trying them out. This is something that I know is heading my way, and these are the Christmas sets from Colourpop. Usually Colourpop does a holiday collection or 2 holiday collections. We talked about one last week, which was the Frosty the Snowman ride. I do have it here. It's like on the floor here next to me. But there also always does a collection full of value sets, vaults, mini sets, and new different like quads and stuff. It's usually a mixture of some existing products in value sets or bundles and some new products either in also usually in like bundles or value sets. And it seems like some of them are available here. I don't know if this is everything, because sometimes they have a lot. So I don't know if this is everything or if this is part of it, but quite honestly, it seems to be some really smart sets because it's leaning a little bit more on the neutrals, which I think has been very popular. Even though we are getting more into dramatic makeup, I think the bulk of people, I mean, not me clearly. Look at this. I am one happy clown. So not me clearly, but I'm just saying a bulk of people are more into quote unquote wearable neutrals, going to school, going to work, going to the gym. And I think that a bunch of these sets seem really appropriate for that. So I am excited. I'm going to be trying some of this out, and just, yeah, keep your eyes peeled. Something is coming. There is also a new fragrance from Snif, and I have one fragrance from Snif and I really like it. It's the Coca-Cola one. It's called Cola Snob, I think. It's so good. I really, really like it. Honey is hard because sometimes it's too sweet. Sometimes it's too overbearing and I just cannot do it. So this is one of those that I cannot blind buy. I'm gonna have to smell it, but I think that this one is available at Ulta. I will link it down below because I know some fragrances do end up at Ulta and some do not. Yes, it says it at Ulta. $65. I mean, $65 is a lot of money, but for being a fragrance, it's actually kind of affordable in the grand scheme of things. It smells like crystallized honey, broom absolute. Like broom? Like cleaning broom? I don't really know what that is. Lavender flower? I'm not a lavender person. But here's the thing, I love saffron, I love Havana wood, I love cedar wood and vanilla bourbon, but then there's incense as well. And I can tell you right now, I don't know if I've smelled a single fragrance in my life that has the incense note that I love. There is something about that that's giving me 90s tarot crystals shop incense flashbacks that I just don't need to wear. I don't need to have it on me. So again, I cannot blind buy something like this. I would have to smell it in store. If you have smelled it, I would love to hear your thoughts. If I go into an Ulta, I would definitely go looking for it. I got almost whiplash when I read this one. This is Victoria's Secret holiday collection. And I was like, are we reporting on Victoria's Secret? Did we secretly move back to the early 2000s and I was not aware? Are they in again? Are we loving Victoria's Secret body sprays again? I really feel like we fell out of love with that. Did we not? Also, maybe it's because I feel like self-care has become this hyper consumeristic spend, where it's like you have to have your own body care store at home to truly self-care. And I feel like body care products have become so popular this last year. And that's not something that I like I don't get excited about shower gel. I'm really sorry. Unless it's a banana shower gel, then I'll buy it. But yeah, this is body mist, lotions, and candles in cocoa vanilla, warm cookie, and sugar berry. Also, I hate gourmand shower gels and stuff like that. Again, I don't want to smell like food. I feel like I am gonna catch flies. I'm gonna be followed by a swarm of flies. My dogs are gonna be licking at me weirdly, and I don't want to smell like that. No, I don't want to smell like a sugar cookie. I don't. But these are available now. Have you been keeping up with Victoria's Secret? I'm just like, I thought we left them back in like 2003. I still have not figured out the secret connection between Spectrum brushes and Disney. Is this a Disney-owned brand? Is it an ex-employee? Are they sleeping together? Like, something's going on, because Spectrum is just an extension of Disney at this point. They release just one Disney collection every month for the entirety of the year. And now they're doing Disney's Frozen. I'm not fully getting it. I will say the Olaf sponge is delightful. Absolutely love that. But it's just like, are you just a Disney brand? Is that just what you're doing? I feel like Spectrum used to be known for being such a good brush brand. And they're just totally fallen into the, I don't know, the cliche of themselves. It's just like, now we're a collab brand. I don't hear anyone talking about Spectrum brushes as their favorite brush brand. And instead of working on that, they just decided to be a collab brand. I'm not getting it. Maybe I'm the one that's out of the loop, but I can't grasp why you would want that. And Kim Kardashian's brand Skin has released some lipsticks. I think these are a cream lipstick, and I feel like she had matte lipsticks from before. Is that correct? I feel like that's what's going on. And now they're coming out with more neutral or nude lipsticks for different skin tones, $29 each. I think this is a fairly decent idea. This is not a brand that I think at this point I'm gonna be diving into, only because they're not my aesthetics. They're like the fully neutral glam Kardashian makeup look, which really, I have nothing against that. It's just not the kind of makeup that I go for. And if I want that look, I can still get that from the brands that I already love. There's just no twist to it. There's no twist to the Kim Kardashian brand. It is just neutrals. And it's super minimalistic. Honestly, in my humble opinion, boring. I love a minimalistic twist to things, but when it's just the millennial like gray boar, I can't get on board. So I'm sure these are great. Honestly, the swatches look amazing. I can't get on board. I can't get excited. But I would love to hear if you are, because I heard a lot of people really, really loved those other lip liners with all the undertones and everything. I also wanted to let you know that the DeDe Signature is restocking I think it's called Jingle Bell Ruby. They had a Christmas palette, this was last year, and they have an even better improved formula, because somewhere in the middle of this year, they revamped their matte formula to make it even better. And I'm so excited because I know that I'm getting the new improved version of this one, and I really like this color story. It is like a vibrant Christmas palette. Again, a little bit of a twist. Like, you can go classic Christmas if you want to, or you can just go super bright with those greens. And I'm so excited to see, because I've always said DeDe Signature has amazing shimmers and the mattes are okay or good. But I'm excited to see how I'm gonna feel about this now that it's revamped, because DeDe Signature is just such a nice indie brand. I really like the owner. She's one of those super sweet, supportive people, and I really like her color stories, and I'm excited for them to become even better, because they were never bad. I'm just excited for them to do like boop, the next step to even better and greater things. This is the second metallic lipstick launch that I have seen as of late, and I'm just like, is metallic lips from 2015-16, are they coming back? Are we having a revival? Listen, I'm not even against it. I think that would be fun. I would like to see today's version of metallic lipsticks. This is from Smashbox, and this is the Perfect Reds for Holiday 2024 Flash FX lipsticks. They're in 4 different colors. It's like 2 reds, one warm leaning and one cool leaning. Then there's like a pinky red, and then there's like a berry red. Honestly, I think they look really cool. I just bought a metallic red lipstick, so I definitely don't need another one. But this is giving me hope for new and exciting lip things to come into 2025, simply because it's been a lot of lip balms in a tube in 2024, and I'm ready to move on. With that being said, speaking of lip balms in a tube, this is from Ole Henriksen, and he is doing a collab with Anine Bing, which is super funny because I'm fairly sure Ole Henriksen is Danish. If you didn't know, I'm Swedish. And Anine Bing, I think she is Danish too. Anine Bing she is a supermodel turned clothing designer. She has a brand that's called Anine Bing. She lives in Los Angeles now, and her clothes have that rock and roll model of duty style that's just so effortless and so great. I only own one thing from the brand, but I think the brand is just, the ethos of the brand just have this vibe of just, I'm cool. And I mean, who doesn't want that? Who doesn't want that? So they're doing a collab together, and it is this peachy, nudie, gold glimmer thing, and it looks great. So this is the lip balm that he's very known for. I just recently have heard several people like really go on and on about how good this product is. So this is the I Love Me Pout Reserve Lip Treatment, $22. It's limited edition strawberry sorbet glimmer. I think this makes so much sense, and I am excited to see what other people are going to feel about this. I don't need this. Again, I am excited to see the return of more dramatic lips, but I think it makes sense. And I'm pretty sure that they're both Danish. I know for sure that Ole is Danish. That I know. And Nina might be Norwegian. I know she's not Swedish. I can't keep track. Nudestix did a couple of these like stacks with blushes recently, and now they're doing them with highlighters too. I can't help to think about the original Melt Stacks when I see something like this. So I guess that they are doing the Nude Eyelights 3 stacks set, and this is a 3-piece multi-stacking and multitasking eye set for all over glossy glimmer look. I don't know if you can use this on the cheeks too, or if it's like too sparkly to be used on the cheeks, but this is the kind of eyeshadow that people are really into right now. I feel like the resurgence of love for the Space Cowboy from Urban Decay truly sparked this interest in the beauty community to do more like scattered glitter eyeshadows that are not pressed glitters, that are not fully opaque, they're not foiled. They're just this like glossy wet look on the lids, and I feel like so many brands are coming out with stuff like this, and I guess that this is their version of that. I don't need something like that at all, and it's interesting that they would release, I don't know, I can't help thinking about Melt, and I feel like the reason why Melt stopped doing this and went into palettes instead was that nobody liked this. Maybe Nudestix were not paying attention to that. I giggled when I saw this one. This is a new fragrance from Heretic perfume. I've really tried to get into Heretic. I really have. They have this underlying grit to their fragrances, and I talked actually to Laura May Beauty about this because, you know, she is so into fragrances, and we were talking about Heretic, and I was saying their scent profile, all of their fragrances makes me feel like I am getting like dirty or filthy, like I need to take a shower. And she was saying, yeah, their scent profile is just very gritty and dirty, and there's something about it that just isn't for me. They have one that's called, I think it's called Dirty Grass. That one is amazing. And also they did a collab with RMS Beauty, which is like it was like a red, something red. That one was really nice too. It was a little bit of that gritty scent profile that I don't love. Everything else that I've tried from the brand, I just haven't, it just feels like I need to take a shower. Like it just makes me feel almost like I've rolled in dirt, and I want to smell like I rolled in grass, but not like in manure. Like I won't say it's a fine line. It's not a fine line. The line's pretty thick, okay? Nobody's missing the line. But now they're coming out with a perfume, and immediately when I saw this, I was like, it's called Nosferatu, which is like a little vampire inspired. Limited edition in partnership with Nosferatu and Focus features. Heretic is proud to present Nosferatu de Macabre. I'm swooning at the name, swooning at the name. A fragrance inspired by the iconic vampire, a chilling scent of wilting lilacs, velvety vegan ambergris, and strikes of lightning that fills the air with petrichor. I swear, I'm like drooling. This sounds so amazing. It's both delicate and hedonistic. Nosferatu is only in theaters this Christmas. Okay, so this is a movie. Here's the thing. I read this, and this is when my drool became... It is lilac ambrette, petrichor, love petrichor, violet absolute, orris concrete, cypriol, vegan ambergris, oud labdanum, and then it says smells like an encounter with an apparition in the cold, damp caves. Oh no, no. Damp caves. That tells me that this is going to be one of those scents that's not giving me fresh outdoors rain. It is giving me, you have a damp cellar, you need to call someone, otherwise your house value is about to plummet right now. I don't want to smell like a damp cave. I want to smell like an outdoors rain. Damp cave? No. No. Damp cave. You're trying to sell me a fragrance by saying I'm gonna smell like a damp cave. $125 to smell like you need to call a renovator right now. Let's then talk about Made by Mitchell's new collection. Speaking of Space Cowboy, this is called Space Cowboy. It is a full collection, rounded up cowboy makeup gift set. So many, you can tell, so many products in this. This is a holiday collection, big palettes, small palettes. There are like body glimmers, eyelashes, pens. Made by Mitchell is truly the new Jeffree Star Cosmetics when it comes to the amount of products that are in every collection. Do we need to release collections with 250 products? I would argue no. Maybe not. What do I know? The thing is that Space Cowboy, I was under the impression that that was trademarked by Urban Decay, but then I also got to think, well, Urban Decay did leave the UK and Made by Mitchell is located in the UK, so it made me think, maybe they lost or decided to not fight any trademarks in the UK because they have officially left the UK, Urban Decay. But then me and a couple of friends were talking about this, and one of them actually checked up. They don't own the trademark for Space Cowboy in the US either. Maybe it's too common. I feel like trademarks, it's one of those like, it's so hard sometimes to explain what you can get a trademark for versus what you can't get a trademark for, how specific you have to be. My own brand has a couple of trademarks. I think we have filed for three. One of them being evocative, which is what I released my blushes under, and hoping to release more products in the future under evocative. And then one is an upcoming product that hopefully... Who knows what's happening with that. But trademarks are a little murky, and we were discussing, is Made by Mitchell releasing a Space Cowboy? Because I love space themes. I've been so into like the cowboy fashion, a big fan. So I'm very into the theming of this collection. I think it looks pretty cool. It's almost like a little retro. I'm a big fan of this, but I'm wondering, and that's what we were talking about, are they releasing this to ride the wave of the popularity of Space Cowboy? Because Heather, my friend, said, what if people are like so excited about Urban Decay Space Cowboy, they're asking their parents or their friends for that for Christmas, they unknowingly Google, find this and buy this instead. We were just having these discussions of like, why would you name your product something that's already such a popular product by another brand? But again, Urban Decay is based out of the US and Made by Mitchell is based out of the UK. And usually when you trademark, most brands don't tend to trademark for, I mean, every country, every like the continent and stuff like that. So it's very interesting discussion to have and something to spark, at least in my mind as well. But again, I am a sucker for space theme. Made by Mitchell is one of those brands where, again, I think they release way too much. But I also think they're riding the TikTok wave hard and people are really, really buying a lot from their lives and from their TikToks. But I've tried, I want to say recently, but at least it was this year, I did a full face of Made by Mitchell and I liked half of it. I loved a couple of products, maybe 2-3 products. And the other, I was like, meh. Either I really disliked it or it was just, I was indifferent. So it's one of those brands. I don't know if this is going to be one of those brands that I review simply because I wasn't, some brands you try products and you love almost everything. And then some brands you try products and you hate almost everything. And it gives you, it gives you an idea of whether or not you should keep like buying from them. Made by Mitchell, I really loved some things, but I was so indifferent about a lot of it that I'm like, I don't know if I want to spend my time buying this. That's just, I would love to hear again your thoughts about this, but I thought it was interesting that the collection is named Space Cowboy. Before we leave, I also wanted to give you a heads up that Unearthly Cosmetics is having a Halloween sale and it is starting it's already started, and I think this is ongoing for quite some time. If I have timetables, I'll put it in the description box. You will get 40% off with the promo code GHOST at checkout. Unearthly Cosmetics does not do a Black Friday sale, they do a Halloween sale instead. So if you want to participate in getting their biggest sale of the year, this will probably be the time for that. Unearthly usually does not do a Black Friday sale. So if you wanted to buy some Unearthly and try some of them for Black Friday, it is going to be now for Halloween and not during Black Friday. So I will leave the info about that down below as well. I just wanted to let you know because I did get some questions last year when I was doing that like roundup of like indie sales for Black Friday. Unearthly, it's happening now. It's happening this weekend and this week, not during Black Friday. I also saw that we are getting a sneak peek from Nomad Cosmetics, and they have said that they are releasing their last palette of the year, which I'm guessing is going to be their Christmas palette. And they gave a little sneak peek in this picture because they had the palettes that they have, like the launches that they have had this year so far. And in the bottom, you can see that there's this corner of like a blue palette, almost looks like a sky and a gold border. As I'm filming this, I have not received this palette. I don't know what they're releasing. I don't know the destination or the theme or anything like that, but I think it's coming fairly soon. Again, you can use the code at Nomad if you are purchasing anything from them. I will have a video soon with several indie palettes, several looks. I'm in the middle of filming that one. This time we are doing 6 indie palettes, 6 eye makeup tutorials, and the Nomad Chicago Speakeasy is going to be one of those palettes. I know a bunch of you were interested in hearing my thoughts about that one. So just know that that is happening too. Okay, let's double check that we did not miss something. I don't think so. Or wait, what was this? No, we really do not need to talk about that. And double check trend mood. No, I think we are done. Please let me know your thoughts down below. I love reading your comments. I love seeing your discussions of like what you're interested in versus what you are not interested in whatsoever. I will have a member video this weekend. And also thank you so much to June's Journey for sponsoring this video. It has been one of my best ways of relaxing when I feel a little bit overwhelmed, to just sink back in the couch, play a little game, or be in bed before bedtime, just playing a little bit of June's Journey, relaxing, just feeling the stress leave my being. So thank you again so much for sponsoring this video. Check the details about that in the description box. I hope you're having an amazing Friday, an amazing weekend, and I'll see you soon again in a new video. Bye!